So let's talk about what happened with QQQ and what I was waiting for, what I saw, etc. All right, so what we had in the morning was a very obvious sell-off, downward direction. And I wanted to wait and just kind of let the damage happen, let this play out. I remember seeing that there was a lot of cheddar flow whales for puts, meaning a lot of whales are betting on downside. So that's just one of those things where let the damage happen, wait, be calm, let the damage happen. And eventually, when I pulled up the chart, because I actually kind of slept in and skipped a lot of the morning garbage. But when I hopped on, I saw this trend line coming down here on the 15-minute. And how to identify this is just a matter of connecting the dots. This wick, and then this wick here, and then it just let it continue. And you could see that it tried to test it here and got rejected for more downside. So I like this trend line, and I'm gonna wait until it breaks to have confidence in any kind of upside. Set my alarms and just kick back and relax. I think it was this candle I set an alarm and I watched and it got rejected, and I was like, okay, it's not ready yet. I was hoping that this candle was going to be the one that breaks, because that means we avoid this level. This level would have been, well, it ended up being another wall that we have to break if we wait till the next candle down. How did I get this level? From homework. Let's zoom out. So 634. Zoom out, scroll back, zoom out, scroll back. Right here. So this is a level that is still valid. And this is how I got that level. From homework, from October 22, actually. All right, so back to today. Unfortunately, this didn't break, which means now this next candle down, I have two walls to deal with. I have to break this trend line, and I also have to break this level. And what I was hoping for on this candle was to get above, and then the next candle opens above both. I needed the candle to open above both for confidence in upside and confidence that we are above this level. Let me take a look at chat really quick. Okay, no questions yet. Unfortunately, what happened here, this 15-minute candle opened underneath this level. It opened right here. So that pissed me off, because now I'm lower confidence in upside, because this could still reject. Even though we broke the trend line, we are met immediately with a wall. And if we're met with a wall, there's a possibility that this can reject and continue downside. Obviously, the trend very much down. This could have been a fake break. We hit a wall immediately, and we continue down. So, 15-minute opens under. I'm upset. I'm mad. Now I have to wait, and I switch to the 10. I switched to the 10-minute, and I saw that this candle was still in process of being made. This was still kind of doing up and down. And there was, I think, maybe 3 or 4 minutes remaining until the next candle. So I waited. Wait for this candle to finish. Next candle opened up here somewhere at, so okay, we're at 9:30 a.m. I'm on the 10-minute. Next candle opened above that wall and obviously above the trend line. I switched to the 1 to look for any dip down. Where are we? Here we are. I switched to the 1 to look for any dip down to get in calls. Why am I confident in upside now? So the fifth, we are above this on the 15, we are above this on the 10, and we are above this as well on the 10. So I switched to the 1 to look for any pullback. This retested perfectly. I think I got in here. But this, look at this. Perfect break, retest, continuation. Now, after I'm in, I get out. I leave the 1 minute. 1 minute is cancer. After I'm in my longs, switch back to my 10. Slow everything down. Slow everything down, and look at bigger picture, bigger time frames. My first target would be the next point of interest, which was on the 15-minute chart. I had it at VWAP. So I marked out a level where VWAP was, set my alarm. That's my target. Just be patient. We did get our move up, and I was able to, trim my position, lock in green, and then follow with a winning safety. This invisible random wall right here, 10 minute, 20 moving average. That was that invisible wall. Was it also a 5 minute? No, nope, wasn't a 5 minute. 5 minute was clear. So that wall that we hit was that 10 minute, 20 moving average. So that's this is where you have decisions to make. Obviously, you want to trim in the green and lock in profit, but with your runners, your choices are follow with a winning safety, so that if it does come out and it kicks you out, you're out with another, your runners are a win, or you leave your runners way down here at your entry, at your original entry. You leave your runner way down here, and you see what kind of magic can happen. And if I would have done that, I would have had serious magic. I would have had a serious home run. Switch to the 15. 15 really, really just slows things down and makes things more clear, in my opinion. Look at the 5 for setups and entries. Look at the 10 for any kind of confirmations that you need. Like I needed this 10 above this wall for confidence in up. But the 15 really just slows things down, makes things clear. This was a significantly large resistance trend line identified on the 15. So a break of this, the bigger the time frame, bigger the trend line, bigger whatever that you're using, most likely the larger move that's going to happen afterwards. And I know we're already after the fact, so it's easy for me to say that, hindsight 2020, whatever. But large time frame matters. If you're trading the 1, good luck. You're going to get faked out a million times on the 1 minute. Do you have specific time frames that you like to mark your trend lines? I used, okay, one question at a time. I'm on the 15 when I'm doing homework. Homework is every night before bed, or kind of whatever. 15 minute is where I mark my levels. Level here, level here, level here. Let me turn off the noise so that this is a little bit cleaner to see. Level here, 15-minute time frame. Level, level here. Next level here. Usually I'll just, like if I was gonna do homework tonight, I would be looking like this would be like around here. It's nighttime. I would delete all of the levels that we interacted with for the day. This one would actually stay because we did not touch it. Whatever ones that we touched, I delete. And then I just make brand new ones starting at the most recent candle, and I look for changes of direction and mark them. So like this here, this must have been where I got it from here. We have a support level here. Resist level here. Change of direction. The further back you go, the more invalid it becomes, because if you go forward, you can see that it was disrespected multiple times. That's why I like to start at the front and then work my way back. Usually homework, I only probably mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 levels at the most, and all the other ones that are above and beneath are from the past that have not been interacted with yet and have not been touched yet. Hopefully that answers your question. Trend lines, same thing for trend lines. And then I'll switch to like a 4-hour to look for a larger time frame. Oh, hold on. Let me fix that. Let's see, where does this is way back here. This is January, February, March, April 7. When it's way a long time ago, I like to make that line obnoxious. I'd like to make it fat, make it thicker, make it dotted, make it dashes, so that I know this is a very large time frame trend line, and I just leave it. I lock it, and it stays there on my chart forever until we see some kind of interaction with it again. Tested here, tested here, broke here. And now we're coming back to retest it again. Okay, so that's the QQQ trade. I'm trying to think about, like, we can refer back to this image in my channel. Oh, actually, we'll answer Lickfresh's question. Why are you using the 1 minute? Doesn't that cause greater fakeouts? Yes, the 1 minute causes great fakeouts, but it also offers dip entry opportunities when you have a confirmed breakout on a 15-minute time frame. Today is a perfect example of that. Why did I switch to the 1 minute? It was because I was looking for a dip to get in on. So we had this 15-minute break, right? We also had this 10-minute break above. So I'm already confident that we're going to see upside. Now I want to get an entry. The 15 and the 10 are good. The 15 and the 10. Why do I keep getting lost? Hello? Where are we putting? Okay. In the back of my mind, I already know that the 15 and the 10 are above this wall. I switched to the 1 to look for any red candle to get in. The 10 and the 15 are already good. I switch to the 1 to look for any reds to get my entry, and then switch back to the 10 or 15 to watch. Five, 10, and 15 are my best friend. I tend to use the 5-minute entries just to be safe. Yeah, yeah, that's good. 5 minutes are good. 10 minutes are good. 15 minute is also good. I would say the 15 is like the max. For like day trading, for getting in and out in the same day, I'd say the 15 is probably going to be your strongest chart and time frame to watch for like breakouts and stuff. Let's go back to that pinned comment that I have on Microsoft Paint. Let me save image, Z. All right, let me put this in our chat room. Upload, Z. Okay, send. Okay, looking at this picture, points of interest. 3 things that happen at a point of interest. First of all, what is a point of interest? A point of interest can be a level, a support level, or a resistance level. A point of interest can be the VWAP, which is right here, the VWAP. And it can also be a moving average. MA20, MA50, and MA200. A level, a VWAP, moving average, and a trend line. Okay, so this is a trend line. These 3 things I just mentioned are called points of interest. And what happens when a stock interacts with a point of interest? 3 things that can happen. It can either reject it, so it could, let's see. Remember, it tested it right here and rejected. It can break. It can just completely break, which right here on the 15, it looked like it's pretty much a clean break of it. Or it can break, retest, and continue. Looks like let's use this VWAP as an example. It broke, retested, and then continued. And that was the second trade of the day that I did, was NVDA. I mentioned this was actually really quickly. 10-minute chart NVIDIA, I saw the break, and this red candle right here was like the retest. I saw that this was going to be the retest for calls to get in. And I actually, this same candle, we got our retest and then continued up. I was able to just scalp this, but longer term would have been fine to just hold, and your stop would have been underneath this 20 moving average, because this acted as a support. So break, retest, continuation. That's my favorite. That's my favorite option out of those 3 possibilities that can happen at a point of interest. Once you are in a trade, to identify like your exit target or trim target, you want to see what the next point of interest is going to be. If we're strictly on this 10-minute, you are clear all the way to the next moving average of the 50. This could either be an exit target or a trim target, depending on if you feel like holding, how your hands feel. You can trim and leave your runners way back at entry, which was like back here. This could be a trim. You see that it breaks. Okay, this thing's still got some gas in it. This is the next point of interest, is a level, resistance level. It got rejected, came back down, and now this moving average is support. We're above it. Now it's support. It's not resistance, it's support. Touch it, bounce off of it, hit this wall, reject again, but you know, barely. And remember, your hands, your runners, your hands are way down here. You have plenty of room if you want to just let magic happen and see where this thing can take you. But yeah, that's how you kind of identify targets and how you want to manage a trade, manage a position. So that was NVDA. NVDA was a fast one for me. The real nice one was the QQQ. Hello, Bingle. Tay. Do you have any questions, Tay? Okay. Do you feel like you have some kind of understanding? Does it kind of make more sense? Everything is straightforward. It's all clicking. Okay, well, good. I'm glad. So, yeah, trend line breaks are probably one of my favorite ways to trade. This same exact setup was yesterday. I don't think the trend line is still there, but look, same exact setup. Let's see if I can draw it. Was it this candle that I drew it on? I want to say, I think it was this, because I remember connecting this wick and to this wick. Let me turn off VWAP and all the other noise. Yeah, I remember connecting these two and starting way up here. This candle finally gave us the break. Remember, I think we were talking about Katy Perry. Katy Perry's humming. We got the break and then upside. Not as explosive, but still a winning setup, still a winning trade. So I like identifying resistance trend lines and then just being patient and waiting for the break. I also like break, retest, and continuation of like a VWAP or an important resistance level. I just needed a refresh. Good. Okay. Let's see. Bingo with the picture. I had that same trend line. Yeah, that is a clean looking trend line with a nice break and then upside. Huge move. So yeah, just like practice. I would say practice identifying trend lines and watch what happens when the stock touches it. And remember that ugly MS Paint picture that I made. The 3 possible things that can happen at that trend line. And do not use the 1 minute. 1 minute is going to fake you out. 15-minute, 10-minute, 5-minute gives better confidence in a break and better confidence in like a strength. That's good. Sounds good. I don't have much else to go over besides the QQ and the NVDA setups. If there's any other questions that you might have, Tay, otherwise we can wrap this up. I got it now. I have none at the moment. Okay. If I do, I'll let you know. Sounds good. Points of interest. Things that happen at points of interest. Break, retest, continuation is my favorite. You're welcome.